The increase of wastewater in Bangkok's rivers and canals has been affecting living standards, including health, consumption, and career of Bangkok residents. Nowadays, polluted water in the lower part of the Chao Phraya River has disastrous effect to the economy, society, and ecosystem. A study found that 72.6% of the total wastewater in the Chao Phraya River came from residences, restaurants, markets, department stores, factories, which are located along the riverside, including water transportation. These activities have been discharging wastewater and garbage into the rivers. Therefore, water pollution has been spread rapidly around Bangkok. The Department of Drainage and Sewerage, or DDS, of Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, or BMA, has implemented several wastewater treatment schemes. Construction of water environment control plants becomes one of the schemes of BMA to control water quality to be standard before discharging into rivers and canals. The Rattanakosin Water Environment Control Plant is operated under the management of the Department of Drainage and Sewerage, BMA. The plant is managed in order to be responsible for wastewater treatment in the area of Rattanakosin district. The plant was established in May 2000 at Pantom Market, Balampu. Its service coverage is around 4.142 square kilometers and serves a population of 70,000 around the responsible area, from Balampu Canal in the north to the Chao Phraya River in the south, and from Ong Ang Canal in the east to the Chao Phraya River in the west. It is in charge of processing wastewater treatment in Rattanakosin district, which includes Chana Songkram Sub-District, Wat Bawan Sub-District, Sao Ching Cha Sub-District, Wat Ratchabawpit Sub-District, Yard Market Sub-District, San Chao Pho Sua Sub-District, the Grand Palace and Burapa Pirom Palace Sub-District. Combined sewerage system is implemented in the Rattanakosin Water Environment Control Plant. The system consists of two interceptor lines, which are 16.25 kilometers in length. The main interceptor line, the first line, has a coverage from the east area of Khu Mueang Deum Canal to Ong Ang Canal and Balampu Canal. The pipeline starts from Pak Klong Talat Drainage Gate and is laid along Khu Mueang Deum Canal until Wat Ratchabawpit Canal in the east side. Here, the line is laid underground from Wat Ratchabawpit Canal to Ong Ang Canal, Balampu Canal, and finally to the Rattanakosin Water Environment Control Plant at the end of the line. Besides the first line, there are an inner line which has a coverage on Jakapet Road, Pahurat Road, and Asadang Road, which carries to meet the first main drain line. These main interceptor lines cover 52% surface of the total project. The second interceptor line is laid along Khu Mueang Deum in the west. The pipe starts from Pak Klong Talat Drainage Gate, leading across Khu Mueang Deum at Bin Cloud Drainage Gate, and then runs all the way through Pratit Road until Pom Prasumain, and then runs into Balampu Canal and Rattanakosin Water Environment Control Plant at the end of the line. Same as the first line, there are also inner lines which has a coverage on Tai Wang Road, Na Pralan Road, Prajan Road, and a road beside Prapin Cloud Bridge, which also carries to meet the second line. These second interceptor line cover 48% surface of the total project. After wastewater is carried through the interceptor lines to Rattanakosin Water Environment Control Plant, wastewater is treated by the two-stage activated sludge process. The first stage of the treatment process uses screens to remove the larger solid inorganic material such as paper and plastics. This is followed by the removal of particles such as grit and silt, which are abrasive to plant equipment. Following this process, wastewater is passed through the primary sedimentation tank, where organic solids are gradually settled to the bottom by gravity settling. The resultant settled primary sludge is raked to the center of the tank, where it is concentrated and sent to a sludge treatment facility for further treatment. However, on the heavy raining days where a quantity of wastewater is over 5 dry weather flow, or 5 DWF, of the overall wastewater in the area, the extra wastewater is diluted and overflowed in the Balampu Canal. The second stage is a biological process which breaks down dissolved and suspended organic solids by using microorganisms. This stage is called the two-stage activated sludge process. The settled wastewater enters aeration tanks where air is blown into the water to provide oxygen for mixing and helping the growth of microorganisms. From the aeration tanks, the mixture of wastewater and microorganisms flows slowly to the secondary sedimentation tank where the biomass settles under gravity to the bottom of the tank and is concentrated as sludge. Some of this sludge is returned to the aeration tank to maintain the biomass. Meantime, it's an energy economized for up to 30%. Then, wastewater is pumped to process, which is called anoxic for further removement of nitrogen and phosphorus. The clarified wastewater is discharged from the secondary stage and passed through for further process. Most of the sludge is returned to the aeration tank to maintain the biomass, and the rest sludge, which is excess sludge from the first and the second aeration tank, will be sent to combined belt press to remove water. After removing water, the remainder, called sludge cake, will be transported to the next treatment of anaerobic digestion at Nong Kham Water Environment Control Plant, for the effluent will be discharged into the Balampu Canal. For several years, the Rattanakosin Water Environment Control Plant has been established to provide efficient wastewater treatment service for Bangkok residents. However, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration has been responsible for expenses of operating, developing human resources, training, and maintenance. These expenses are 100 million baht per annum when the operation of all BMA wastewater treatment plants is taken into account. On the other hand, it would be better if the Bangkok residents are able to share these expenses so that BMA can allocate the budget to develop other services. Therefore, it is necessary for BMA to implement the wastewater treatment charge for members of the community with the reason what we are the one who pollute the water, we should take responsibility, or it is based on the universal concept that polluter pay principle.